welcome to the I Am Series Women's Empowerment Session 2021. Welcome to our February episode. Are you ready to have some fun? Well, sit back and relax as we discuss and celebrate Black History Month. So excited to be talking about Black history. So we'll be talking about some fun facts, some inventors, maybe some you knew, some you didn't know. And also, we don't want to forget, you can purchase your residue-free journals on the website below. So let's get this party started. And let me introduce to you our host and co-host, Reverend Dr. Marisha and Reverend Sherry. Hello, everyone. Hello. We are live. We are. You all right, Sherry? You all right?
We frozen.
You frozen?
I'm frozen.
You weren't when I saw you.
Am I frozen? I'm still frozen on my end.
You're not frozen on my end. We had some technical difficulties in the beginning, but we are live. We are excited to be here. Welcome to the February I Am Series Virtual Women's Empowerment Session. This is our 9th session, Reverend Sherry.
Girl, I can't believe it's been 9 sessions. I just can't. Time is really, really going by. I mean, wow.
I know, it's almost a year.
It's going strong, sis. Go ahead, girl.
It is almost a year. So we're excited to be here with you today. Let us know you are in the place. Give some shout outs. Let us know you're here with us. Start a watch party and share this episode because we're going to have some fun tonight. If this is your first time, welcome to the I Am Series. I am Reverend Dr. Marisha and my co-host Reverend Sherry. We're excited for you to hang out with us tonight.
Yes, we are. We are. Happy Friday. Go ahead and give your little song.
Happy Friday to you.
What?
Happy Friday to you.
That's in slow motion.
Is it?
Like, are you doing it in slow motion?
No, I'm not doing it in slow motion at all.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, but guess what? We're gonna move forward. We're gonna push through.
Hey, your face is frozen on my end, but as long as I can hear your voice, we good.
Now I can't see your face at all.
You can't see me at all?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, so there you go. I see you now. You back. You back.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm back.
You back.
But I'm still frozen on my end. But it's all right. Let's go.
No.
Wait. I'll stay frozen until you say something.
Say something.
This is how we gonna play this game today. Technology will not defeat us, okay? Boom.
It will not defeat us. And so again, we're excited to hang out with you this Friday. And I have an announcement because
what's that?
Today is the anniversary of my first Lioness Queen's first episode.
Oh wow. And who was that first Lioness Queen episode? The podcast?
Yeah, my podcast. It was my first episode was February 26th, 2020.
Such a special day.
Yeah. So that was the day I launched a year ago, and I'm so appreciative. I have 4.5 thousand downloads, and
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm so excited.
And there has not been a week that has gone by that you haven't posted something.
It has not been a week. I have been posting weekly since last February 26th.
That is so amazing. So amazing.
It's a lot of work. You know, I had to expand my learning curve.
Mhm.
In this pandemic, you learn
Mhm.
a lot of different things, and with video or with podcasting and those different platforms. And
Yeah.
so I learned a lot through this process. I'm still learning, but I'm still enjoying it. And so,
Yeah.
it is to help women who have overcome from that trauma of separation or divorce.
Yeah.
But really, it can encourage and inspire any woman,
Anybody.
any woman. So I don't
Mhm.
always talk about, the divorce and the separation, because I think there's so many other factors that are involved, right? That
Mhm. Mhm.
really make a difference, especially when
Mhm.
it comes to our mindset. So there are more common things that we have as women, more so than just that separation and divorce. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. I would love for you to just subscribe, and you will definitely enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, before you go on, girl, I just want to congratulate you on another thing, girl. The Valentine's event was a blast. I mean, we had such a good time, so much fun, getting to know one another, playing games, got new friends, and it was just a blessing to be able to come together with other people who have similar experiences with you. I mean, and just all for the joy of having fun and celebrating each other. So
Yeah.
I just want to congratulate you on that, because that was a huge success. I mean, we had somebody from what, Singapore?
Mhm.
Singapore. It was six something in the morning, right?
Mhm.
Six something in the morning.
Mhm.
But such an awesome event. And so kudos to
Yeah.
you and your vision for that. It was just a blast. We had a wonderful time.
Yay. We just did. We really we and they really appreciate it. We just really had a good time
Yeah.
fellowshipping, right? We can't do it face to face, but sometimes it feels weird, but it really felt good just to hang out with other women and meet new women.
Yeah.
We got a chance to meet different women and things like that. So I'm excited.
Yeah. The
I'm
best is yet to come, like Pastor D always say.
the
And
best.
that is the truth. It is the truth.
It is so true. It is so true. So before we get started in our topic, what's the TT for tonight, Reverend Sherry? What's the trending topic for tonight?
It is February 26th, and man, I'm telling you, this year started out with a blast, but I hate to announce it, but we got another person that has departed us who is an icon in the faith community. I mean, the Apostle Fred Price. He is a giant in the faith community, has passed away at 89. Over 40 plus years of ministry. And he passed, due to COVID complications. What I understand is, I mean, I don't know if he got it from his church or whatever, but his church was very involved in doing vaccinations and testing and stuff like that. And both he and his wife got the COVID.
Oh wow.
And he succumbed due to complications. But man, the Apostle Fred Price, a charismatic preacher who preached the message of prosperity, a giant. And man, he's gonna live on forever and ever. I mean, that was during the 80s period. And in the 80s, in the 80s, he had like the biggest church in the country. A
He
black
started.
man.
I feel like he started that mega
A
church.
black man, and now he has over 28,000 members. But he had that one church because he didn't want several services. He only wanted one service that would seat over 10,000 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And just amazing. Do you remember the theme song, Ray?
I don't remember. Maybe if you started it, I just remember there was a saying. I don't know if it was in the beginning or the ending. We walk by faith, not by sight. We walk by faith, not by sight. I think that's what he was.
Oh yeah, but here's the music. Ever increasing faith. That's what the show was called. Ever increasing faith. Evidence. Does your life show enough evidence You
Yeah.
remember that?
I remember. I remember.
Girl,
Now that you said
every
it, I remember.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Every Sunday morning.
Yeah. I remember watching him. That was the first mega pastor,
Mhm, mhm,
Um, and the one thing that I remember is he didn't stay behind that pulpit.
No, he
Well, he
walked.
was the first, right? He
Yeah,
was the first. He was the first. He walked those floors with
he walked.
his Bible.
He walked.
He came from that Bible. He
He
taught
walked.
from that Bible. He preached from that Bible.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
um,
That's right.
definitely will be missed.
And definitely wasn't afraid. And it's just so ironic how, I feel like we've lost like Cicely Tyson died last year. Last month, and we talked about that. But he passed away this month, and how in some of his messages he was very emphatic about racism and the equality of Black people. And it's just amazing to me how, I feel like these seniors are like, yeah, I'm seeing the fruit of my labor, and now I can just, all right, God, we
Mhm.
ready,
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
he will be missed.
that was a little hard to hear. And then I
Yeah,
didn't know because he was what, 80? He was
89.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Yeah, because
89.
I knew I think I heard his son took over, I think in '09.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
it's a great legacy that he left.
Yeah,
Great legacy.
absolutely.
Yeah, great legacy. So before we get started, I'm so excited because we are showcasing 2 female businesses tonight. You
Woo!
know, we love to showcase our female businesses. So it is Lioness Queen Diva time again. And actually,
Yes.
first Lioness Queen Diva business, we want to showcase Destiny Design 7. I was so eager to say that number 7 because I love that's the favorite number, right?
Yes.
And so Destiny Design 7,
Hmm.
they provide one-of-a-kind handmade statement pieces, jewelry that is not only fashionable, but outside of the box jewelry.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so their jewelry is made with the quality materials and detailed craftsmanship. And their purpose is to give back, right? Give back to the community. But they don't really consider it a business. They consider it a ministry. And so when the product is sold, the proceeds will all go towards helping those in need. And so we are so excited about showcasing tonight Destiny Design 7. And so Reverend Sherry and I both are wearing their jewelry tonight. And so we're
Yeah.
excited. So Reverend Sherry, can you come into the camera a little closer so we can okay, you're frozen.
But you're gonna have to guide me, okay? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my earring off so you can see. It's the leopard print earring. Can you see?
Nope, you're not in the camera. There you go. A little bit more. Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Come on. Oh, there we go. Lift it up a little bit. There we go.
Hey.
Also, it's in the shape of a leaf.
Yes. Oh yeah. Kinda.
It's in the shape of a leaf, and then there's a gold dangly in the front.
Yes, the gold dangly in the front, and it's like it could be two-tone. So then on the back it's straight leopard, and then in the front it's like it could be two-tone. Am I going up and down?
Yeah, you in the camera. You in the camera. Praise God.
Okay.
Praise God. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to show you my neck.
No, don't show me. Don't show me the kitchen. Don't show me the kitchen. Okay.
Am I back in the camera again, right?
Yes, you good. You good.
Okay, good.
I have these beautiful. Let me take mine off. They're so dainty. I would say they're so dainty. I call it like a little tutu. I don't know what they call it, but I think it needs to be called the little tutu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come in different colors, so it's gold pieces, and then it's this little cute little tutu, and I just like it's just so great. It's just it's just so dainty, right?
Yeah, those came in like turquoise and gray
How
and
they did. So they do have different colors, right? And
Mhm.
then there's another pair that I ordered. And I'll show these to you. I kind of put them in the camera. I think I need to put them against something. Can you see them?
You know I can't see nothing.
Lord. You got your glasses on. You got your glasses on.
Remember, I'm frozen on my end.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
That's
So these are elegant as well. So these are, I would say, it's not black. They're not black.
Mhm.
It's like mm, what's that grayish black called?
Grayish black, like a taupish gray.
No, it's a
No,
grayish black.
gray black.
They're gray.
Cobalt.
No, cobalt is blue.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a color. We want to learn our colors when we trying to explain stuff. Oh, it's pewter. Pewter.
Pewter. Oh, pewter. Okay.
Pewter. Am I saying it? Am I pronouncing it right? Is it coming out right?
Pewter. That's correct.
There we go. There we go. It's pewter. Thank you. Thank you, Facebook user. Thank you. Yeah, so beautiful, beautiful, just handmade creations and stuff that you won't find any place else. So I'm gonna put in the chat their website because definitely you want to check them out. So their website is www.destinydesigns7.com. And you definitely want to check them out. Also, their Instagram account is the same as their name, Destiny Designs 7, the number 7. And then their Facebook page is Destiny Designs 7 as well. So definitely check out some handmade. I mean, the craftsmanship is really, it's really, it's stellar. I'm excited that I'm able to wear it tonight and Reverend Sherry. Again, a totally different look, totally different design. So they have things that are dainty. They have
trendy,
just
sophisticated. Oh my goodness, classy, very classy. I got a couple pieces on the way. I can't wait. Custom made. So, if you see something you like, you better grab it.
Grab it. Yes, definitely.
Custom.
Grab it. Yeah. So again, the website is www.destinydesigns7.com. Yes. All right. So tonight we're supposed to talk about Black history, right?
Okay.
We're supposed to talk about this is Black History Month. We're celebrating Black history. And it's such an honor, right? And I think a lot of people love to celebrate Black history in different ways. They celebrate service and going to different Black museums, and some people even trace their family history. Learn where you're from and things like that, and being a mentor or reading autobiographies. And so a lot of people do a lot of different things. So what does Black history mean to you, Reverend Sherry?
So I'm just grateful to be Black. And even more in this season, such great accomplishments have been happening over the years. It's a time of reflection for me, and probably for a lot of people, just to see and to think about just where we've come from as a people, just thinking about the blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifices that people have made over the years so that we can get to this place where we've had a Black president and now a Black vice president, female, just wow, just a time of reflection for me, and just knowing that I am where I am, you are where you are, we are where we are because somebody else, they stood the wall, they fought the fight, and it's just a blessing to be able to celebrate that, and so the older I get, the older I get, the more appreciative of it I am, you know? How about you?
So for me, this may seem weird, but it's a time of remembrance, but in the same regard, it also makes me think about my death. It makes me
Mm.
think about how I want to be remembered.
Ah,
It makes me think about what legacy will I leave?
right.
You know,
That's awesome.
how did my light shine to the world? How did I inspire others? How did I encourage others? How did I help others? So I want my life celebration, funeral, whatever you call it, to be a remembrance of how
Mhm,
I contributed to the world. You know what I mean? And
mhm, mhm,
like to, I want my light to inspire others to be a light.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
So, my takeaway is there are people that have done some amazing things, but in the same regard, I have breath in my body to do some amazing things as well.
Absolutely.
God has given us
Absolutely.
all gifts,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so the question is, what do I do with my gift?
Mhm, mhm.
So, like I said, when my day comes, I want people to remember
Mhm,
because you talked about a lot of people who blood, sweat, and tears, right? That we remember
mhm.
years have gone by, but we still remember and are appreciative of
Right.
the mark that they made on the world. And so
Yes.
to me, that's kind of how I think about it.
Yes. Recipients and what our legacy will be. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And so I like the part you talked about appreciation,
Mhm,
but I think a lot of times, many of us, not all, but many of us get stuck on the struggle. We get stuck
mhm,
on the pain. We get stuck
mhm,
in the past. And
mhm.
it's so funny. Charles and I were talking about it today when we were walking, and he said it's almost like a ball and chain where
Mm.
people still carry the past
Right.
when they didn't live in the past.
Right. Right.
They didn't live in the time of our forefathers, but they still carry it. It's like they carry that chain around for whatever reason, whether it's for sympathy, whether it's an excuse, whatever the case may be, but they get stuck on the struggle
Yeah.
and don't use it as a stepping stone, you know what I mean, to be pushed into where they're supposed to be.
And I wonder how much of that is environment.
Well, so let me say this. Let me say a lot of it is when it comes to like child development
Mhm,
is
mhm,
connected to one's immediate environment and the
mhm,
relationships that are connected. So the family, the school, right?
mhm.
And then how that connects to a larger environment. So
Right.
a lot of it is environment, but in
Mhm,
the same regard, you would think since we had a black president, since we had a black female president, you would think that they would still feel, that they could achieve and overcome, but oftentimes that environment pulls them back.
mhm,
It just pulls them back. So there were a
mhm.
lot of different people who created just some crazy inventions, right? That we
Yeah, yeah.
use. Like, so I was researching all these different inventors, and so
Mhm.
I didn't know. Let me tell you what I didn't. I didn't know somebody created the dustpan. Created the dustpan.
That a black person created the
Black
dustpan?
person, yep, a black person created the dustpan. A
Right.
black person, and it's very interesting because a lot of things I feel like that were created were geared toward helping them, years ago, right?
Practical stuff.
The mop
Yes.
was created. The toilet was created by a black person. Like, you know,
Practical.
practical. The folding chair.
Yeah.
Folding chair, the lawnmower. They was
Yeah.
out in them fields cutting that grass. They was like, I need to figure out something better to cut this grass. Because how was grass cut? how was grass cut before a lawnmower?
Right.
I think it was a rake. I think it was like a rake or something. Right? I'm gonna have to research that. How was it cut before the lawn? You know what I mean? Like the lawn sprinkler,
Right.
the mailbox.
Mailbox.
Mailbox was created.
Mailbox. How about the hairbrush? A hairbrush.
Well, you know well, a lot of things with hair, you know, we had to.
Oh, whoa. How about a rain hat?
A rain hat.
The rain hat created by a Black woman.
What?
Yes, and then let's talk about maybe current, the Super Soaker.
Oh yeah.
I think that was created in the 90s.
Yeah.
By a black man, and yeah, and it's still on the toy list. It's one of the most popular toys.
Now
The Super Soaker.
I didn't know George Washington Carver created peanut butter. I didn't know that. That one I didn't know. I was like the famous peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. The clothes. I see the clothes dryer.
Yeah. Again,
it's a whole lot of stuff out there.
Practical stuff. Mm-hmm.
Practical stuff.
I didn't know the pencil sharpener, the portable pencil sharpener.
It's a computer desk too. That somebody created.
Mm.
A keyboard stand.
And also
ice cream scoop.
Scoop,
there it is. Shaka-laka shack. Oh, sorry. No, that's my favorite commercial.
That is hilarious. What about the automatic share gift?
Huh?
The automatic share gift. Automatic gear shift. So somebody created every car that's out there right now that's not a stick. I mean, that right there is
right.
changing, because if you don't know how to drive a stick shift like that, yeah.
Well, what about windshield wipers?
Mm.
We don't, man, no wonder the thumb has always been to oppress.
Mm-hmm.
Resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
Very resourceful as a people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do what we need to do to survive. And so
we had to.
We had to.
But in the same regard, they tapped into the gift within.
Yeah.
You know, they really tapped into it and created things that, I mean, been using for years. I mean, not to mention, Einstein wasn't the first one who discovered light.
Right.
There was something called a filament that you needed. A Black man had discovered before. Yeah. So, you know, there have been some awesome inventions, like, you know, and then you think about also when it comes to the arts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You think about when it comes to the arts, because you think about Amanda Gorman, you know, the 22-year-old who President Biden chose.
Yes. Oh, brilliant.
Speak at the inauguration.
Yes.
She's the youngest poet to ever serve in that role. You know, she was also given the opportunity to write a poem for Super Bowl.
Yes.
Even when it comes to the arts, there are people who've created some just beautiful work. With their gift. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm excited about her work, just because, you know, when it comes to Lioness Queen, I love,
poetry.
Hearing poetry. Yeah, I love, because it, you know, it allows me, I would say, to, you know, their thoughts allow me to connect, you know, whatever they're talking about, to whatever my theme is. And so it's like their poetry can cause you to think, it can cause you to dream, it can cause you to dig deep, it can cause you to self-evaluate, you know. poetry can just cause you to, it can take you some places, you know. And
Yeah.
and so you have the arts as well, like Langston Hughes. Poetry was just, I remember in middle school reciting Crystal Stair. There is no Crystal Stair.
Right.
I literally remember reciting that. I don't remember a lot about elementary school, but you know, at a talent show, I literally remember that. And it's just amazing. And so I really feel, you know, you said I'm appreciative to be a person of color, but I really, you know, I really am honored. You know,
Yeah.
I really am honored, you know. And so we have all of these inventors that invented all of these different things. And so, and God gave all of them gifts, but he gave us gifts as well. Right. And so how do you connect all of these gifts that God has given with Proverbs 18:16?
Well, Proverbs 18:16 says, "A man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men." So in my mind, you have to know what your gifting and your calling and your purpose is and understand the power behind it, you know. And once you discover that, you know, use it to the glory of God. And I mean, there's no small idea, there's no big idea. You know, you don't know. Just like we didn't realize a rain cap or ice cream scoop or a toilet seat would go as far as it did, but it did. And it's making a difference still today. And that was many, 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 many moons ago. And so I just think that, you know, once you tap into something, keep going, try it, see how it works, you know, and use it to the glory of God, whatever the gift, whatever the calling is. Understand your purpose.
So I just heard someone say, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I forgot what they were talking about, but she said our gifts are on loan. Our talents don't, your talents don't belong to you. It is not about you, but how your God-given talent can contribute to the world.
Right.
She said it. I was like, oh wow. Right. And she said that they are on loan, you know, because sometimes we don't use them. We don't tap into them.
Right.
You know, like we should. And that's the first thing that we really should understand, that our gifts were given to be used, you know, for his glory. You know what I mean? You know, and I think oftentimes people don't think that they have a gift. They don't have a talent. They don't think that they're important enough. And that's the one thing about this series and these sessions is, you know, recognizing and realizing that you are enough, realizing that you have something to provide to the world, you know. And God created all of us for a purpose in his kingdom, you know what I mean? And so, but I think the biggest piece for us, especially as women, one of the big things that we do is we compare ourselves. So we look at other people's gifts, and we don't think our gift is worthy enough, or good enough, or that it doesn't compare to, you know what I mean? And so that's a big issue for women, I would say, is that we do that often, and we may not verbally do it, but sometimes we do it mentally. You know, we do it mentally, and you know, you may think that maybe your talent or your gift is weird or unpopular, but you know, sometimes it is those of us who feel like we have the least, right? Who accomplish great things for God, you know.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about Gideon. And so, you know, everyone judged Gideon, right? And thought he was a coward because he hid away in the wine press, right? You know, do you know really what God saw? right?
Right.
He saw
Right.
somebody who wouldn't give up. He saw a mighty man of valor. That's what God saw. He saw someone
Mhm.
who would think outside of the box. And so
Mhm.
your gift will make room. It'll make room for you. The more you use it,
Mhm.
bigger it will get, like a muscle, right?
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
gets stronger and more powerful, right? Each
Mhm.
time you use that gift, right?
Mhm.
And God will open doors. I mean, open doors for you
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
you can never even imagine. But that's the thing we got to overcome. We got to overcome comparing ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have that, we just spent a lot of things going on when it comes to um racial tension.
Mhm.
And so with Black Lives Matter, the movement, it's been a lot of tension.
Mhm.
And so how can we help young people? Because we have to plant seeds in this younger generation, especially the younger women. How can we
Mhm.
help younger women to believe, to dream big, and really tap into their gifts instead
Mhm.
of what man says and what man is doing?
Mhm. Well, I think that the time is, like I said, we are seeing the fruit of the labor of our ancestors,
Mm,
and what people went through and what they did to help us to get to this place, right? And so I think it's the young people are even seeing it now. And so the Black Lives Matter movement, it was beautiful to see so many young people involved in it, to have a say in it, and to feel actually what we've been feeling for a long time, but so I think the seed has been planted, that there's nothing that we can't do, all things are possible, right? We can do all things through Christ that gives us strength. I think for the young people, we just have to keep driving home. And even for some of us older folks too, that mediocrity and laziness is not an option anymore. you,
mm.
you don't have that option anymore,
Can you
you
say
know?
that again? So I feel like that's so what you just said, that is what Charles was talking about. Like
Mm,
that's kind of the reason, right? It's really a safe place, but really
yeah.
it's lazy. It's really lazy. And
Hmm.
but it's a safe place for me to stay because I can easily blame what so and so did.
Yeah.
However, you're not a forefather, boo. You're not a forefather,
Right.
right? You're not a forefather, and so
Mhm.
I like
Mhm.
that. I like that. Hmm.
Yeah. 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 No, time out for all of that. So, your what you're saying you can't do is an excuse. You don't even want to try. You
Hmm.
don't even want to try, but there is no more excuses.
Hmm.
No more excuses. If, and I'm encouraged even to talk about my mom, like right now. It doesn't matter what age you are. There's no more excuses. If you want to do something, do it. You know what I mean? I realize that when it comes to older people, so you may be limited with some things, maybe because of health or just because of age, right? But if there's something you want to do it. I think about my mom. My mom is 81 years old, and this woman has her computer, her laptop now, and she won't leave me alone. She's like, I want to learn this. I want to do this.
Hmm.
My girlfriend said that I need to register for an exercise class. Can you get me online? I'm like, Mom, they got YouTube videos for free. But
Hmm.
I'm encouraged by that. You know what I mean? Because she's 81 and she's still, I want to learn this. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And she hasn't really touched a computer in like 20 years.
Hmm.
So for her mindset to be there, I mean, yeah, we don't have no excuses.
Hmm.
We don't have no excuses.
Hmm.
None.
So for me, in God's eyes, everyone has a seat at the table,
Yeah.
and I believe we need to consider Romans 8:28. Oftentimes I feel like, I had talked about this earlier. Definitely, we talked about the environment, right? And a child's development and their thinking there are definitely, complex systems in place that can influence, but the system strongly influence one thing, and that's their mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and somebody had mentioned this about mentoring, and mentoring is so key, but it's also, as a parent, right? The question is, what am I planting in my children?
Mm.
Am I planting fear? Am I planting anxiety? Based on the past, based on
Right.
what's been happening over the years, especially, the things that have been happening, I would say over the past 5 years or so, for our Black boys and men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's a rhetoric that, we really have to be careful that we're not planting seeds of fear in our
Mm-hmm.
children, right? Based on what man is doing. But,
Right.
we have to plant seeds on what God is doing. You know,
Right.
it's like we put so much emphasis on what man is doing, and it's like we don't even we don't even talk about what God is doing, because he's doing something every day. You know what I mean? So, like, for example, I have an African American son, and I've heard people say this, oh, I'm so scared for my Black boy.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that's not something I'm not gonna say that to my child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna speak that into existence, because
Mm-hmm.
I know he's covered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I've prayed over him. I know that he is in God's hands. You know what I mean? There are going to be some things that I can't protect him from.
Right.
But in the same regard, I'm not going to plant that seed of fear. Like,
Right.
oh God, every time he drives, I'm scared the police going to pull him over. No, I'm not going to, because that will plant fear in him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, I want us to raise a generation confident in who they are, confident that they have deserve a seat at the table, because they're a king's kid.
Right. Right.
I want the next generation to live in hope and in peace and in joy and love, not fear on what man is doing. I want them to walk in their calling and their gift.
Mm-hmm.
If it is to carry Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's torch, carry it. If it's to fight, right, for justice, like Thurgood Marshall, carry it. If it's to protest, like Elijah Cummings, carry it. If it's to preach the gospel, like Fred Price,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? So whatever
Yeah.
the case may be, there's a gift, there's a purpose for you, but we're too focused on what man is doing when God is bigger than that.
Right. Well, I mean, and the enemy is very clever at how he throws those seeds out.
He's very
Very clever at it. I was telling my prayer group maybe a couple of weeks ago, we need to when the newscasters, when they doing their thing, they are planting a lot of negativity, demonic stuff. I heard one morning, and it just irritated me to life. Oh yeah, the kids are gonna, suicide is up for the children because of the pandemic. I was like, the devil is a liar. No, that type of stuff we have to just bind, and open up our discernment and our spiritual ears, and whose report are you going to believe? Are we going to believe the report of the Lord, or are we going to listen to Satan? Which one are we going to?
Yeah. You're right. The news, the TV, the news, social media, all of those,
crazy.
Always all those things, they don't add. They don't. It's another layer that they add that really, it just really blocks.
Yes,
it blocks us from really leaning on the Lord,
right?
Looking to the Lord, believing in the Lord, right? It just totally blocks, because for some reason, what's being fed to us seems so urgent.
Mm-hmm. And it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. And it's been that way even with the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
It's been a lot of words have been colored in a way
Mm-hmm.
for people to believe certain things.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
doubt, to be afraid,
the fear.
fear. You
Mm.
know, we could just talk about the winter storms that they've been talking about these past couple of weeks that proved to be nothing in our area, but they when they announced them, they were huge, right? It's like
Mhm.
I'm disappointed.
Mhm. And just like you think about conspiracy theories,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Charles and I was talking about that today, where there are conspiracy theories going out, and
Mhm.
again, what does the word of God say?
Absolutely.
Like that is how we're really supposed to be. I mean, that's our blueprint, that's our map, that's our guide. What does the word say we are supposed to do?
Hmm. Hmm. I had a friend, just tell me, yeah, be careful about, your parents getting the vaccine because blah 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 blah. And the Holy Spirit said instantly, well, a guy said, "Oh, am I God or not? You know, I can even if you get the shot and it's not good for you, I can protect you. Don't you know that?" I was like, oh yeah, thank you, Jesus, amen. Done. You know, just
And the interesting thing, what's interesting is, a lot of people of color are deciding not to do it.
right,
But a lot of Caucasians are running to get it.
right.
They are even lying, faking like they're 65 years old
Hmm.
and trying to get it. So the question is, what is it that they know that we don't know? Like they
Right.
are that right? If what is it that if it's supposed to hurt us, if it's supposed to do something to the people of the black and brown people, why are they running to get it? I mean, it's so many conspiracy theories
Yeah, yeah,
going on, right? But
yeah,
in the same regard, it's who do you believe? Do you believe the report of the Lord? That's what it's about. And even when it comes to all of these the racial tension and different things of that nature, whose report do you believe? I have a black boy, but I will not plant seeds of fear in him, right?
right,
I,
right.
I have spoken over him and who he is, who he can be, what he can do. I want him to know that he always has a seat at the table. I don't want him to fear because
Hmm.
because I'm
Hmm.
connecting that ball and chain right back to my forefathers,
Right.
connecting it to somebody else's scenario. So, like for example, I was I was thinking about a lot of people connect the reason why they can't get ahead is because of slavery.
Mm.
And slavery didn't happen to them, but they make that connection. And I was thinking about people who have gone through trauma and like sexual abuse specifically. So it
Hmm.
wasn't their forefathers that went through it. It was literally them, right?
Hmm.
And so if you think about if you know about any Hollywood people, there are a lot of Hollywood people who have been sexually abused.
Hmm.
You know, however, they use the sexual abuse as a stepping stone.
Hmm.
They didn't use it as an excuse. They didn't use it to become lazy, right? They used it as a stepping stone to push them and to tap into that inner gift. You know what I mean? Like Oprah
Hmm.
Winfrey,
Hmm.
sexually abused. Maya Angelou,
Hmm.
sexually abused. Queen Latifah, sexually abused. I didn't even know Mike Tyson was
Wow.
sexually abused. I didn't know Common was sexually abused. I
Hmm.
didn't know about Vanessa Williams, sexually abused. Tyler
Wow.
Perry has talked about his sexual abuse. Donnie McClurkin, sexually abused. You know what I mean?
Right.
All these
Right.
people have been sexually abused. Didn't happen to the forefathers, right? It happened to them, but they used it as a fuel to push them into their purpose. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
so if they could do it, right? If they had the ability to do it, everybody can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Eh,
Everybody, again, everybody has a seat at the table. It's all about your mindset.
All about your mindset. And I think too, not being not thinking so much in the box that it's about maybe being seen in the public, the in being out there, and being seen and stuff like that, because some, like you said earlier, some of the most powerful people may not be in the forefront. They behind the scenes doing the work. You know what I'm saying? So I think people are deceived with that too, that yeah, it's got to be a platform that I'm on, I have to be seen. No, you don't. In order to be making a difference, there you have a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what your gift is. It's no gift too small or too big.
Mm-hmm.
Just operate in it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, we went deep.
Girl, it's 7:53. Lord.
We kind of went a little deep today. So
and I'm still frozen on my end. Oh.
So we won't have time to do our game, but it's okay. It's all good. So what's your heart message for the audience this afternoon?
My heart message is make a difference.
Make a difference.
Make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, from going outside, I mean, you just make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Reverend Zelinda say something on a show, and she was talking about purpose. She was like, your purpose today could be wherever God has for you to do today. Make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
If that means going outside and wiping off your neighbor's car, just make a difference.
Yeah.
An elderly neighbor, snow, whatever.
Yeah.
And understand that that's just as important, as somebody on Capitol Hill making a law.
Mm-hmm.
Make a difference.
People have to look at it that way, and unfortunately, they don't.
I know.
And I know I see it every day with young people working in a high school. With young people don't even want to give back.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't. And that's the sad part, because making a difference, it does something for the person you're helping, but it does something for you as well. You know what I mean?
And it may take time for people to get to that place, you know what I mean? But somewhere along the line in your lifetime, you should be able to understand that, yeah, my life has value. I'm here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
What is my purpose?
Mm-hmm.
But all you got.
Yeah.
What's yours? What's your heart message?
Well, before I do that, let me showcase this last life diva.
Okay.
And her name is Kareem Lee. And we talked about her earlier because she attended our Valentine Love Me session. And so she's someone who I met through the Lioness Queen podcast, but she just launched her first book, and I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. It's an ebook available on Amazon, and it's called She Wins 21 Days to Victorious Living.
Nice.
It's a devotional journal for women, and it allows women to self-examine themselves, which takes you through a journey of deliverance.
Nice.
So she believes it is important for Christian women to understand that for as long as women reside here on earth, she is in the midst of a battle. And so she says, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I like that. If you stay ready,
you gotta write that down.
Ready. Yeah. We gotta write that down. So you can find the book on Amazon. It's $5. You can just download it. Like I said, it's an ebook. Her name is Kareem Lee. And you can find her on Facebook, Kareem Lee, and on Instagram, Kareem OJ Lee. And Kareem is spelled Kareem. And so the name of the book is called She Wins 21 Days to Victorious Living, a devotional journal for women. So definitely check her out. I started reading it, and it's a really good read. So I would say for me, my heart message is And I did this in a post, I think last week in a video. And my thing is filter your future through the word of God, not through the past.
Mm-hmm.
We again, we filter a lot of things through our past, and we use it, like you said, as excuses, right? And so, some people will say, well, it's because of the white man that I can't get ahead, but in the same regard, it's like, well, what have you done to help yourself? What steps have you taken to better yourself? Like, we can't keep using that as an excuse. And there's more in front of you than behind you,
Right.
And so it's all about our mindset, not letting our past dictate what we believe or what can happen for us. We limit God too much on what he can do. And he's so much bigger than that,
Yeah.
He's so much bigger than that. And I think oftentimes, unfortunately, a lot of people downplay how far we've come.
Mm-hmm.
And we have come a long way, right? We really come a long way. We haven't arrived yet. And there will always be naysayers, negativity. There will always be people who are jealous of you. There will always be evil in the world. But
evil.
All of these things can't negate that God is still on the throne. They can't negate of the things that God can do for you and in your life, And so God always has your best interest at heart, which is one of the reasons why you're a king's kid, which is one of the reasons why you're always welcome at the table. Even when there are things and systems and different things that are built to stop you, right? That are made. But even in spite of that, Romans 8:28 covers all of that, because God will still remove the barriers and put you to the table, So God, I feel like God he doesn't make mistakes. And I feel like the generation you were born in was on purpose and full purpose.
Thank you, Lord.
Was on purpose and full of purpose. And so God brought you into the world at a specific time, right? Based on what he knew you could handle and what you couldn't handle.
Right.
But in the same regard, he wants all of us to believe that we have a seat. He wants all us to believe that we have gifts to share with the world to make it better. He wants all of us to believe that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. Yeah.
Absolutely. Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible. And I think about, I talked about Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry was homeless.
Right. Woo! Yeah.
And now he's a millionaire. So again, he did some work to definitely get his seat at the table. That wasn't, he didn't allow things. He did some work. You know what I mean? But again, barriers were probably the barriers, because definitely being homeless as a man, there are not many shelters for men, especially if you don't have children, right? That right there was a barrier for him that he had to overcome. But even in it all, that Romans 8, he's a millionaire now. A millionaire. So there's a seat at the table for you to make a difference, right? Don't filter your future through your past or through our forefathers' past, let me say.
And so it's what's really funny is just it comes back to, I know we gotta go, but it comes back to the beginning of what we discussed earlier, the trending topic, the theme song for Fred Price. Evidence. Is your life showing enough evidence? What does your life say?
Yes, amen.
Legacy that you said. Legacy. What legacy do I want to leave behind? What imprint do I want to leave? When I leave. Something to think about. Oh, God.
Something to think about. Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this afternoon. This has really been a really good session, a really good talk.
Yeah.
This has really been, it's really been good. It is, I know it's a heavy subject. It is a sticky, it can be sticky, a sticky subject as well, but we've come this far by faith, and we got to show the evidence. We have to make a difference so our forefathers don't feel like their work was in vain.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? Like they've done.
They've passed the baton.
They passed the baton.
You can't drop it now. Just leave it there. We gotta work even harder to keep what we got, because of course the enemy is just waiting. Snatch it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been really, really good. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We had such an awesome time. Awesome time. I'm really excited about next month, because next month is Women's Month. So we're going to do some really neat things next month that I'm really excited about. So stay tuned for next month, the last Friday of the month, and we will see you there.
Yes. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Mwah.